Today we're taking a look at the Prime Nexus 6. Welcome back to Mike's Archery's YouTube, and we are taking a look at the 2021 lineup from Prime, and we are looking at the new Nexus 6, which is their new long axle-to-axle target bow for this year. And as we take a look at the specs on the new Nexus 6, the speeds, obviously not blazing fast, but they're at 331 on this bow, and the Nexus 6 stands for the axle-to-axle. So it is a 36-inch axle-to-axle on this bow, which is a nice, long, stable platform. If it's something that you're looking for in a target lineup, it's probably something you should take a look at. Now, the weight on this bow, we don't expect it to be light because it is a longer bow. The factory spec on it is 4.55 pounds. We threw it on the scale. We had it coming in at 4.8, 4.9. It kind of bounced around a little bit. But overall, pretty close to what they're calling it, just a little heavier, which is what we normally see from most of these bow manufacturers. Not sure where they're getting those lighter weights or what they're taking off to get them, but they are. The platform on this bow is similar to what they've had in the past. It's the same cam setup that they had with that dual track system and a fully adjustable module cam in this thing. And it is adjustable from 24.5 all the way out to 31.5. So a lot more adjustability in this cam than what some of the other manufacturers are showing, especially on what would be considered a target bow. You can adjust those every half-inch increment, and then you can do a lot of let-off option on this as well. It'll go all the way from 65% let-off all the way out to 90% let-off. So just allow you to get those less let-off options, especially on the target side of things. That's where a lot of the guys want to be. So you're not torquing things, you're not twisting strings, you're getting off the string a little easier on your shot. Now the brace height, obviously a little higher because of the longer axle-to-axle. It's at 6.5 inches, which again is going to make it a very torque-free setup and just a really smooth, easy, forgiving bow to shoot. Now they're going to offer this bow with a lot of draw weight options, and it's going to go anywhere from 40-pound max all the way to 80-pound every 10 pounds. So you're going to be able to get this bow in just about anything you want. If you're needing those lighter weights, maybe if you're a smaller archer or you just want lighter weights for target shooting, you're going to have that opportunity to order this bow in 40, 50-pound maxes. But you can also, if you want to beef this thing up and be one of those guys that's shooting those heavy weights, working out at the gym all the time, you can order this bow as an 80-pound as well. Now it does have several features that are exclusive to Prime. Not only the cam system with the dual track, but they also did the new Nano Grip with aerogel. It is a warmer grip, and it also has that gel core center in there, taking some heat transfer out of it, but also giving it some vibration dampening as well built into that grip. We didn't necessarily notice that it was any warmer, but it's certainly much warmer than holding a straight aluminum grip. But in comparison to some of these other manufacturers that maybe have a rubber grip or a plastic style grip, it would be very comparable to that as far as being warm on the hand. Prime has offered for the last several years free strings for life, and that is no different on this platform. Again, a great selling feature and going to save you money in the long run if you're a guy that keeps a bow for a while. You know, that's going to be $100–150 a year real quick and easy when you get new strings every couple years for your setup. It does come in a lot of color options. Now they've got some new color options. This is one of them with that hammered metal look, and it does look really good. But they've got 5 solid options as well as camo options for this bow and some target color options, and you can mix and match limbs and risers to build what you want. There is some upcharge for that, but it is a nice feature to be able to customize out a bow the way that you want it to look. As always, that wider stance than most of the other manufacturers. It's just a little bit wider than what you'll see on some of the other platforms, but that is due to that dual track system in the cam, and it gives it a wider limb pocket. Just going to be a good stable feel and a really torque-free setup with that wider stance. They do include the flex guard on the bow, and that's going to take, again, making a more forgiving shot, taking torque out of the cables when you're at full draw. Just an overall better platform there. They've got the locking stabilizer hole that they've added for this year, and they do have a threaded hole here if you want to add some weight to the riser on the bottom end. Being a little longer axle-to-axle bow, you know, it's balanced fairly well. And normally when you get these longer bows, you're going to see it being top heavy. That's not a feel that we get out of the Nexus 6. It's balanced fairly well even though there's nothing on there. Now, are you going to be able to weight that up with stabilizers and counterbalance it however you need to? Absolutely. But out of the box, this bow is sitting fairly even top to bottom and not really feeling top heavy or bottom heavy like you see in some things. Prime does have that offset riser, and I'm sure that is giving it some rigidity into the riser and certainly taking some vibration out of it without building those cage risers like you see out of some of the other platforms and other manufacturers. So MSRP on this bow is going to come in at $12.99. Now the other Nexuses are a little cheaper, but that is because of this target platform that they put it on. It is a little higher in price point. Now we're going to grab this bow and we're going to step outside, shoot it over the chronograph, kind of see what numbers it puts up, give you some noise ratings on it as well, and just see how the bow feels overall. We've stepped out here and we're going to shoot the Nexus 6 over the chronograph here, kind of get a feel for the bow, see what kind of speeds it's putting up as well as the noise factor on this bow. And as always, we're going to be shooting this bow at 29-inch draw with a 400 grain arrow. Now these are 60-pound model bows this time, and we are on 80% let off, just to kind of give you an idea where we're at. I know normally we shoot this bow on 70 pounds, but they sent us 60-pound models to test, so the speeds are going to be a little bit slower, but you can do that comparison and kind of figure out where it's going to fall depending on your setup. So let's take a few shots and see what we get out of this. So we got 270 on the chronograph, and as far as the decibel meter, we got 99 on that, so it's just a little bit quieter than the Nexus 4 that we shot earlier today. And but overall, just a great feeling bow. And as always with Prime, that dual track system that they've got, even though it makes it a little wider stance, it's a more stable platform. And I like a longer bow. This 36-inch axle to axle definitely sits in your hand very well. It's a good solid feel at full draw. These cams just sit rock solid, and that's one of the things that we do like about Prime. And really no complaints out of this bow at all. No hand shock. And when you get that longer axle to axle, it's going to be a forgiving, shootable bow for sure. And that grip on there, a good feeling slim grip. That's something we like, or I like anyway. It is a little cold today as we're shooting these, and it's definitely a little warmer grip with that Aerotech technology that they put in there, with that gel that they put in it. You can tell it's a little warmer, most certainly, than shooting off an aluminum riser. So overall, just a great feeling bow. And if you're one of those guys that wants a little longer axle to axle, a much stabler platform in your hunting bow, then the Nexus 6 is something you're going to want to take a look at.